To be or not to be? That is the question.
If I'm not ready right now, then I'll never be ready. I'm absolutely ready.
It's kind of like playing pretend, but in a better way, I guess.
Oh God, this is gonna be so awesome. I can't wait for the opening night.
The stage kick. Oh my, I better get comfortable.
I'm not worried, per se.
Honestly, I'm a little worried about the show right now.
I am so nervous for when this actually opens.
I think I was meant to be in this one act.
It gets a little ridiculous sometimes.
Yeah! You have 10 minutes to tell a story and to get the point across like that.
We are go for show.
It's not your typical play experience.
I say, please don't hurt me.
I love everything about the theater. I love being able to pretend you're somebody else, getting into a character, getting to know people. I like performing. I enjoy being on stage and reading scripts and learning and acting. It's just everything about it. It's just one of my favorite things to do, absolutely.
I have a bachelor's degree in commerce that involves like mathematics. My father actually wanted me to do that because he wanted me to do business. But I'm not exactly cut out for business. I'm like, more on the creative side. I have always been on the creative side, and I was like, I can't do MBA. I don't know anything about accounting or business. He's like, what do you know? I'm like, I can tell stories. I'm a good storyteller.
I started with the one acts actually, which things are coming full circle. I started with the one act, now I'm actually directing a one act, which I'm pretty excited about. When I do a painting, I start off with this very specific idea. It never turns out like that, and it's almost like the canvas it does what it wants to do, and it ends up being awesome, but it's not how I wanted it in the beginning. And I think the same is going to happen with my vision through this piece.
Directing, you have to know every in and out of the play. I mean, if you don't know, you have to research and you have to find those things out. You have to very much so depend on your actors. And I mean, at the very end, when the show's over with, they're getting the applause. But it's your work, you helped with it. It's not you directly standing up there in the spotlight getting the applause. But I think it's very, very rewarding nonetheless.
I'm doing a Barbie story, which is written by a student here at Loras, Megan Hartzell.
I found an article about Barbie and Ken breaking up. And so I was talking to everyone, we're like, why would Mattel have Barbie and Ken break up? So it became part of the play, this whole play on why Barbie and Ken broke up. It ended up being a social critique too, which was a major plus because then I got extra good grade for it.
Come on in.
I'm very excited for auditions tonight. Usually I'm in the position where I'm auditioning, and so I get really nervous and flustered. But now, since I get to be in the director's seat and kind of help run things, I'm pretty excited to see how that experience is. It's a perfect, just like, starter, foundation for theater. Going to auditions is getting your foot in the door for theater and for future shows.
Which all had a delightful time.
I'm actually nervous. I'm a nervous wreck right now. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm actually thinking that the audition's not today, it's next week or something like that, because I cannot comprehend the fact that I'll be actually holding auditions for my play. Today, it'll be vice versa, it'll be a role reversal. I'll be directing somebody else.
The warm-ups were really good to get us into the mood for acting.
You guys hold your breath long enough to get in, rescue her, disarm 6 missiles, and save the world from nuclear.
These 8 plays range from like this one, which is, outrageous, bubbly, happy, to extremely dark and about rape and everything else in between.
My one act is called Dancing with the Devil. It's probably the most controversial one act that we have. It's about a younger woman and an older woman. They're actually the same person. And the story is that a man comes in the middle of the night to the younger woman's bedroom while she's sleeping and they do this dance that interprets him taking her innocence away from her.
It was great to see that many people coming out and being willing to participate in a student-led and directed kind of experience.
We're going to be actually cutthroat fight for a couple of actors because there are a handful of actors that we all know that are good and that can pull off the part.
We have a fight.
Yes, we do. I think it really depends on how many auditioners we get, because the fewer people there are, the fewer people there are to choose from.
We're going to be very much fighting over the same actors.
Guys, it's my birthday. Your point? You're not pulling that. I'm not pulling that one. I will smash a cupcake at your face.
JD takes Andrew.
That worked.
Dun, dun, dun.
We all hope for the best. I think everything's going to be turned out fantastic. People are going to have a good show. We're going to give them a good show. Rehearsals are going great. They're going fantastic. I have a great cast in place. They're a good bunch of people. They come up with little suggestions when it shows that they're committed to the project. They think about it, they sleep over it. I give them suggestions, I give them notes. They take it very seriously. They come back with their own suggestions.
Abby's a little different. He's actually like my age. That's a big thing. I've never really been directed by someone that's my age. Every director has their own thing. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm not saying it's good. It's just kind of his own thing.
Actually a little less intimidating, just because they're students and they kind of go through the same thing you do day to day.
You got a point. You got a point.
I told them in the beginning, we are a group. We are doing this as a group project. Think of it as something that we're doing as a fun. I'm going to tell you that I'm the director. It's my way or the highway. No, it's a group project. We're doing it as a fun project. I would love your suggestions. I would love your inputs.
It's intimidating, knowing that they have so much experience and I don't want to screw up their show, but it's also nice to work with them though. They know what they're doing, and if I have questions, I know I can always come to them. So.
Getting into the mindset of another person always takes time. So, you have kind of a gist of what they are, but to really understand them, it takes time and continual practice, I think.
My biggest fear is actually forgetting lines. I'm terrified of forgetting the lines. I don't want to get stuck in the middle of, something and go, oh my gosh, I don't know.
Pretty fantastic. There's nothing else there's no word I can come up with rather than fantastic.
Rehearsals are going really, really well so far. They're really comfortable with one another, which is awesome, because they have to be within this one-act play just because of the fact that we're doing a lot of dancing.
This is actually the first time I've ever been in a play or anything like that, so it's all pretty new to me, and I'm enjoying it. It's going really well.
We're learning that dance is going to be a lot of practice and hard work.
The dancing is going really well. It needs to be smoothed out for one, but we worked, really, really hard on the dance for probably like an hour, hour and a half.
Well, I was on the middle school dance team in middle school, obviously, so that's pretty much all I got.
Even though it's a really serious play, we still have a lot of fun with it. And Andrew is really funny, and he really kind of gets into his creeper role. So it's kind of funny because he'll pretend like he's creeping on everybody, and it gets a little ridiculous sometimes.
Interpreting a rape, it's not really slow. And it's not really elegant like a ballroom dance would be. So by doing what we did, doing different choreography and different styles of dancing, shows much more of, okay, this is very physical, this is a struggle. And it's definitely showing more of the rape aspect.
We've been looking at Moulin Rouge, Phantom of the Opera, Dancing with the Stars, and So You Think You Can Dance. We've been looking at that stuff, and to be able to take what they do and even attempt to actually do it, it's really interesting and it's a lot of fun. Acting is acting, and experience is great, but anybody can jump into it.
Coming along, the more we practice, the better it's going to be.
The hospital in an hour, and there will be no mark that any of this has happened to me.
The stage kid. Oh my, I better get comfortable. I can't just go to a first practice and make out with the guy. That's kind of too much at one time, I don't even know him. I'm supposed to kiss him, and I was I would kiss him, but I don't know him very well yet. It's
little awkward, but we're getting better at fake kissing every time. I don't know. Maybe by the end of the show, but I don't even know if that's gonna happen. We'll see, I guess.
One of the problems I see is some of the other actors are having trouble memorizing their lines. They haven't really shown the same commitment and devotion that I have. I actually had my lines memorized before getting the part. This is how dedicated I am.
He said that I didn't have my lines memorized. Well, for the record, he has one line mind you, and I have paragraphs of lines.
Lindsay Harms is not really a great actress, is my only problem. Like, she's very kind of dull. She's not very emotional when she delivers her lines, so it's just a little boring for the play. So luckily what I do is I try and get my actions really out of control, and then that will at least kind of keep people fairly interested in the play.
Really, all he has to do is run around the stage. Come on, you know? What's so hard about that? People are gonna be like, wow, way to go to run around, Michael. He doesn't even remember his costume, so he shouldn't be talking to me. 2 times he hasn't remembered his costume. And he's 15 minutes late to rehearsals. And I even remind him to bring his costume, and he still forgets.
Main problems have been with me, like forgetting to bring my costume today. I just totally blew it off.
Break a leg. You've got about 18 minutes till places.
Thank you. I think I like the opening night the best because of the energy everybody has. They are all so excited to have the lights on you and just give it your all.
I'm really excited about it. Every time I walk back from rehearsal, I just get really excited. I'm just like, oh my God, this is gonna be so awesome. I can't wait for your opening night. It's gonna be great.
Right before the show, that's literally my thought process.
I'm nervous that someone else in our show, Claire, will forget a line.
I will not forget a line. You will forget your line and I will cover it for you.
I might do that actually.
I can't do my own makeup.
We have to do lines. Please. We have to do lines.
Okay, I don't want to display my receding hairline.
I think I speak for all the directors when we said we've had a really fun time with this, and we're all really, really proud of you guys. Hi. There's an audience out there tonight. They're the last piece of the puzzle that is theater.
Just have fun and enjoy what you're doing and enjoy being out there in front of people doing this great show.
You guys have been fantastic to work with. I've seen you guys perform. You guys are fabulous. It's just that go there and show them that we can do it in 2 weeks.
Take a leg on.
Good luck, my friend.
Have a good show.
Thanks, Tony. It's 1 minute till show. People are still flowing in. I have a feeling we're going to start late. They've already threatened to start a riot. They've been chanting, Michael McCarty, Michael McCarty. We want Michael McCarty, and I'm ready to give them what they want.
Done! They're rushing to save you! They're almost to the door! They're at the door! Come on, you can do it! They're opening the door! Oh, shit! Stop!
She was a little under par, but she still stole the show and still knocked me out of the park. But I'm just kidding. We all 3 of us did a pretty good job, I thought. It really came together well.
I will be taken to the hospital within the hour, and there will be no marks that any of this has happened to me. But it is sudden. I'm not at the hospital yet.
Shaking and just whimpering. You know, it's definitely we had the energy this time. It's so much better.
I want to make people laugh, so if they laugh, then I've succeeded.
tradition that when you're in a show at Loras that you get to sign your name along with a quote and the show that you were in.
Theatre is something which can be really, really impactful. It is live. It's live in front of the audience. The audience will give you reaction there and then. They'll applaud, they'll cry, they'll laugh with you there and then. And then you know that you have actually touched the people's lives right there.